not going to let that happen again. Do you sense that too?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to learn from past events. I mean, a couple years back and just last year got so close but didn't get there. So, I mean, now you just have to know the little things that it takes to get to that next point or to get to that playoff. And, I mean, it just comes down to one game now.
Do you feel it? Arizona sort of beat you guys at your own game the last couple of years. They run the ball so well. They see what you guys do in practice all the time. They're ready for it. Is that what you remember from that game, what you feel about them?
Really, at the same time, I mean, they see what we're doing, but we should feel the same way. We see what they're doing at practice, and it just really just comes down to execution. They played a better game, I mean, especially in the third quarter. I mean, I feel like last time we played them, we dominated the first, second, and fourth quarter, but third quarter, they put up 21 points, and that was the outcome of the game. And especially we're playing a team, we know they have a good defense. They get a lot of sacks, turnovers. So, I mean, especially defensive-wise, we have to know we have to win the game on defense.
With this game, going deep on you.
What we're able to do, I mean, got to just really to stop a quarterback that, you have to put the man over the receiver and slow verticals. Can't let the guy run downfield, make him play as much press coverage as you can against him, force him to take longer to get out of his, get into his timing of his route, play a lot of coverage where you can reroute receivers. And I mean, we did a good job. We didn't give him any deep balls. Man's a good quarterback. He doesn't see the deep throws. He's going to find someone else.
Were you paying attention to that ASU-Arizona game yesterday?
I mean, I watched some of it. I watched the Stanford game too, and I was paying attention to it, but at the same time, not really too worried about what they do. It matters more about us.
Well, I heard Byron say on the radio that he was rooting for Arizona. He wanted a rematch.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you want to play the team that beat you. I mean, what are we, 11-1 now? 11-1. And I mean, our one loss was against them. So I mean, it's only right. You have to beat the team that beat you to get to the next place.
Being one of the veterans on the team, how are you going to keep the team so focused this week during practice, solely on the Pac-12 championship, and not so much on with Arizona? I guess not the fact that the redemption or anything like that.
How about just approaching the same way as we have this entire season? Really, I mean, we haven't given up a day throughout this whole season. I think that's why our team has been so good this year and so consistent, is because we haven't given up those days where in the past maybe we weren't at our best, and we've been trying to just keep that focus one day at a time, and really feel like it's helped.
What's that approach going to be like?
Approach this week, I mean, when you get to this point of the season, it's more mental than physical. You have to get guys back healthy, to get guys back ready to play, but at the same time, guys have to know what they're doing, and that's really what's going to come down to. I mean, like I said before, it doesn't really matter what the other team does. It matters what you do.
Ifo, what was sweeter, Marcus beating them on the last drive last year or coming out and dominating them?
Oregon State. You have to say, I mean, just finishing the game off, really. I mean, it's good to know that you happen to win at the end of the game. You don't have to worry about the last play of the game. So, I mean, I have to say it's better. I mean, this is the second time that we came here and really dominated the game. So, I mean, definitely coming to OSU and winning here.
Marcus may be getting all the hype, with the Heisman coming up. But the team is really clicking both offensively and defensively. What's it like playing on a team where you have so many weapons on the offense and defense?
I mean, it just makes you better because you're going against guys that in practice, where on game day it makes it a lot easier. You got to go against guys like Royce Freeman, Byron Marshall, Thomas Tyner, Dwayne Stanford. You go against them every day. So then on game day it makes it a lot easier.
How much confidence do the players have in one another to get the job done,
I mean, we definitely have a lot of confidence in each other. I mean, that's what football is about. You have to have confidence in the guy next to you, and you have to completely agree that he'll do his job, and you have to trust it. And I think that's just something that we really built this year, try to build trust in your teammates, because that's the biggest thing in football. But you build that camaraderie and build that relationship, a family relationship, then your team just plays so much better.
What's the biggest difference in the mindset, facing Arizona this week than you were, earlier in the year and even last year?
Early in the year, I mean, we know what to expect. We played them before. We've seen what they did against other teams, and, I mean, now it just matters about playing. We'll be ready.
Is that someone you guys wanted? Did you want Arizona?
Yeah, of course. You want to play the team that you lost to. I mean, you don't want to get into the Pac-12 championship and not have to play the team that you lost to. So, I mean, it's good that we get to prove that. I mean, you got to beat Arizona to get out, so it's a one-game playoff.
You and Byron have admitted that, but a lot of other people are denying. Are they lying?
Denying what?
That you guys wanted Arizona. Some guys are being political. You and Byron Marshall said flat out you wanted to play them.
Yeah, I mean, you want to play them. You see at the last day of the season, whichever team wins makes it to the Pac-12, wins the Pac-12 South. So, I mean, when we saw Arizona has a chance, I mean, you want to play them. we know that. I mean, we have a good game plan, and if we feel like we'll be ready for them, it'll be a good game. But I mean, that's all games are good games. You have to come down and fight to the finish.
Ifo, over the last month, the defense has posted fewer yards and held teams to less points. How have you noticed a change, and what's the improvement been like over the last month, week to week?
We've just been more aggressive, definitely. I mean, just have to swarm to the ball. I mean, football, especially in nowadays football, you're going to miss a lot of tackles, but if you have the great teams, they have the next guy right to the ball if one guy misses, and then they have the next guy there if the next guy misses. And it's just running to the ball, really, and just playing with that constant effort every play. And I think that's what our defense has done a lot better in this last 3-4 weeks than we were in the beginning of the season.
Would you say that's the biggest change since you guys played Arizona the first time to now?
Definitely. I mean, Arizona, when we played Arizona, they would run the ball to the left and kind of would have guys on film after you see, oh, they're not worried about it because that wasn't their job. But you got to have the guy in the alley. You have to have that guy, that second-level guy, to come make the play if the other guy doesn't miss. And, I mean, as long as you don't give up big plays, you got to force teams to drive down the field on you, and that's hard.